Good morning, everybody. Buenos dias. Welcome to day 217 of the year. How are you feeling this morning? How did you wake up? Hopefully, you're outside like I am, checking in with the natural world and noticing how the environment around you is affecting you. Never, ever, ever forget how important it is to always have yourself in the right environment because it supports your well being or drains it much more than you can think. And one of the best ways to recharge and also to start your morning is to have some nice quiet time out in the natural world. Just watch the sun coming up, watch the cycle of a new day starting, a new morning. Notice any insects or birds or animals moving around, the clouds passing through the sky, the wind blowing through the trees. Just take some time to slow down, notice the natural world, watch how everything in nature, including you, is in some sort of a cycle. Take some deep breaths and just be present and here and now to start your morning with intention. So on day 217, according to 365 Tao by Deng Ming Dao, our word for today is runaway. So grab your book, grab your journal and something to write with, and find that nice, quiet and comfy place where you're not going to be disturbed while we read together for the next 15 minutes or so. Take a nice deep breath in with a long exhale out, and let's start reading together on the subject of Runaway. They call her useless and yet push for achievement. I want a baby. They bicker between themselves and reproach her for being distant. My friends have so much fun. They dwell on money and indenture her to loyalty. I can't stand this every day. She is innocent. They have ambitions. There was a girl who was both a good student and a good athlete. Her family did not find that to be enough. They pushed her to spend all her time studying or practicing for her next sport competition. Finally, she could stand it no further. She ran away. Wow, so that's kind of, what happens when you push somebody to their limits, right? Everybody has their limits, everybody has their boundary, everyone has their breaking point, whatever you want to call it. And if you constantly push someone and push someone and push someone and test those boundaries, eventually they're going to break. And as it says here, finally she could stand it no further. She ran away. Her family was firmly convinced that it was a kidnapping. In so many families, a girl is told how useless she is. Is it any wonder that she gets pregnant? A boy is told how lazy he is. Is it any wonder that he rebels as an act of individuality? When parents demand without understanding, they thwart development. Forcing children to fulfill parental ambitions destroys individuality. Ooh. Before parents blame their children, they should first look to how their daughters and sons were raised. Wow, this is a very powerful reading from this morning. So whether you are a parent yourself, or obviously you have parents in some form if you're on this planet, this is a very interesting and perhaps triggering passage to read because there's a lot of things like right here for me that definitely hit home, and I know I'm not alone when it comes to recounting some of these memories. So this might be something difficult to do, but we shouldn't ever run away from it just because it's difficult. And journaling can be a really great way to transmute a lot of these difficult feelings around a subject like this. So I invite you in your own time to go back through this passage and reread it. And if there's anything that really stands out to you, a sentence, just sit with it for a moment. Reread it, sit with the words, notice how you're feeling about it. You might want to meditate on it for a moment. You might want to use it as a mantra. You might want to repeat it over and over again. Something else that can be quite cathartic is like writing the same thing down over and over again in your journal. Something about the act of repetition and just doing something over and over, kind of like a mantra, like when people have the mala beads and they count, you can kind of do the same thing in a writing form. So perhaps there's a sentence here that really resonates with you and you'd like to kind of transmute whatever's going on through you, through the paper and pen onto the page. This could be a really great way to do it. So lots of great things to pull out of today's reading, whether you're a parent yourself or perhaps you had a difficult relationship with your parents as a child or even now as an adult. There's probably something in that for you here. So reread it in your own time. create a journaling prompt or a journaling practice this morning about how this makes you feel, because remember that journaling and these kind of things that we're doing in the mornings, it goes beyond the intellect. It's not just about the mind, it's how we're feeling in our bodies, and a lot of emotions and so forth can get stored in our bodies, and writing is a really, really great way and a creative way to get those emotions and those feelings moving from the body through the pen onto the page. So I wish you a beautiful, beautiful day on day 217 of the year. Thank you so much for starting the morning here with me. It's always a pleasure to do so. And I look forward to reading with you tomorrow morning. Bye.